Harivam ji, Harivam.
460, right?
Let's start. Let us start. Om. 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 Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo, Maheshwara, Guru Sakshal, Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri, Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri, Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri, Gurave Namaha. Om Sindurarunavigraham Trinayana Taranayakashekaram Smitamukhim Abhinavakchoruham Panibhyamalipunnaratnachakam Raktotpalam Bibratim Saumyam Ratnagadastharaktacharanam Dhyayet Paramambikam ध्यायेत् पद्मासनस्तां विकसितवदनां पद्मपत्रायदाक्षीं हेमाभां पीतवस्त्रां करकलितलसत् हेमपद्माम्बराङ्गीं सर्वालङ्कारयुक्तां सततमभयदां भक्तनम्रां भवानीं श्रीविद्यां शान्तमूर्तिं सकलसुरनुतां सर्वसम्पत्प्रदात्रीं सकुङ्कुमविलेपनामणिकचुम्बिकस्तूरिकां समन्ददिदेक्षणां सजरजापपाशाङ्कुशम् अशेषजनमोहिनीं मरुणमाल्यभूषोज्ज्वलां जवाकुसुममासुरां जपविदौ स्मरेदम्बिकाम् अरुणां करुणातरङ्गिताक्षीं धृतपाशाङ्कुशपुष्पबाणचापाम् अणिमादिविरावृतां मयूकैः अहमित्येव विभावये महेशी ॐ पराशक्त्यै नमः ॐ पराशक्त्यै नमः ॐ पराशक्त्यै नमः So today we will go from 456 till 470. So let us start. ॐ हंसिन्यै नमः ॐ मात्रे नमः ॐ मलयाचलवासिन्यै नमः ॐ सुमुख्यै नमः ॐ नलिन्यै नमः ॐ सुभ्रुवे नमः ॐ शोभनायै नमः ॐ सुरनायिकायै नमः ॐ कालकण्ठ्यै नमः ॐ कान्तिमत्यै नमः ॐ शोभिन्यै नमः ॐ सूक्ष्मरूपिण्यै नमः ॐ वज्रेश्वर्यै नमः ॐ वामदेव्यै नमः ॐ वयोवस्थाविवर्जितायै नमः So, the first name we are going to look at today is Hamsinyai Namaha. Hamsinyai Namaha. The literal meaning of Hamsinyai Namaha, which is the 456th name, that she is the epitome of the Hamsas. She is the epitome of the Hamsas. Hamsas refers to the swan. Hamsa refers to the swan. Now, there is another perspective also, another potential meaning of this, which is that she who is not separate from the Hamsas. The negative, the other side, which is that she is not separate from the Hamsas, which means she is a Hamsa. So who are these Hamsas? The Hamsas are the yogis who have achieved great spiritual heights. Those people who have achieved great spiritual heights are called as Hamsas. So she is the same as Hamsas. So that is what this name also means. And the other perspective, like I said, is that she is the epitome of Hamsa. What is Hamsa? What is a swan? Or what is the feature of a swan? A swan or a Hamsa is one that can separate milk from water. It can separate milk from water. It can identify what is milk and what is water and separate milk from water. This is a very special quality which only the Hamsa has. So Devi is like a swan and is called Hamsini because what can she do? She can separate good from evil. So she can separate milk from water, and like she can separate milk from water, she can separate good from evil, and therefore she is equivalent to a swan. Then there is a something called as an Ajapa mantra. Ajapa mantra. What is the Ajapa mantra? When you exhale and inhale, you actually say Hamsa. So how do you say that? When you exhale with a hum. Exhale, hum. And inhale, sa, through the nostril. Yeah, this is obviously through the nostril. So when you inhale, it is called as the sa, and you exhale, it is called as the hum. So that Hamsa also is also referred to as Soham. Soham, which means I am thee, is also called as the Ajapa mantra. So Hamsa refers to your natural breathing. So therefore, the breath that we have, or in other words, the prana shakti that we have is Devi, which is Hamsa. Okay, so this is the other meaning of Hamsini, or the other inference that we can draw from the word Hamsini. 457. Om Matre Namaha. Om Matre Namaha. So the name is Mata. Now, if you look at the Lalitha Sahasranamam is called as a Punarukti Vadarahita, which means that there are no repetitions. Because Mata comes in several, if you look at Mata, it is Sri Matre, the first right in the beginning is also Mata. So, and there are several ways in which Mata is appearing, but this word Mata in itself has not appeared before. So this Lalitha Sahasranamam that way is very unique because there are no repetitions in all the 1,000 names of Devi. There are no repetitions. So what this means is that she is Mata. Who is she? She is the mother of the universe. Mata is the mother of the universe. And she is the source energy for every seed syllable or matrika. Now this is, we're going slightly more deeper, which is, who is matrika? Matrika are all the letters of the alphabet. All the letters of the Sanskrit alphabet is called as matrika. So she is she is matrika. She refers to all the letters of the alphabet. So Supreme Goddess is called matrika, and she is also the mantra. She is also the mother of all mantras. She is the mother of all mantras. So she is the Mata who knows the all aspects of knowledge, which is being the knower, the known, and the knowledge. So she covers all three aspects of the triad. So therefore, we have covered the triad aspect, if I remember right, in one of the names earlier. We have covered the triad aspect, where she is the person through who knows, who is the known, and the knowledge, what is learned as well. So Mata is the person who knows everything. Yeah. Then there is another aspect of Mata. Mata is also called as Dashamata, which is the mother on the 10th day. Dashamata, she is the 10th Mata of the 10th day. She is the deity on the 10th day of the lunar fortnight. Yeah, so that is another version of this name, Mata. Then there is a further explanation also, which is that Mata is the deity of the Kayavarohana temple. Kayavarohana temple. Now, this Kayavarohana temple is a temple in a place called Karwan in Vadodara. Now, the principal deity in this Kayavarohana temple is Lord Shiva. And how is Lord Shiva there? Lord Shiva is there as Lord Lakulisha. Lord Shiva is there as Lord Lakulisha. That is one of the avatars of Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is there as Lord Lakulisha, and in that same area there is a Mata temple called as Sindhvai Mata. Sindhvai Mata, and Sindhvai Mata is the Mata form of in that particular temple, and she is considered to be a Jagrit Devi. She is a Jagrit Devi, which means she responds very easily. So if you pray to this Devi in Baroda, she responds very easily. So if you'd like to go and visit that temple, please do make a point to go and visit Sindhvai Mata, which is in this place called Kayavarohana area. So these are the explanations of the word Mata. 458. Malayachalavaasinyai namaha. Malayachalavaasinyai namaha. So she is the person who resides in the Malaya mountain. She resides in the Malaya mountain. So where is this Malaya mountain? Malaya mountain, you can guess, it is in the Malayala Nadu, which is in the southern area of in the Western Ghats, the mountains in the Western Ghats, which is right at the bottom in Kerala and Tamil Nadu. It is in that area that Tripura Sundari Devi is supposed to be residing. So Malaya Achala Vasini. Achala means mountain. So Malaya Achala Vasini. So that is where she is there. She is in that area on the Malaya mountain. 459. Sumukhi. Sumukhi. It is very easily understandable. Sumukhi means she is a person who has got a very beautiful face. Devi is one, you can very well imagine the way her entire face has been explained several times, especially in the beginning of the Lalitha Sahasranamam. So this has been explained in extreme detail. Sumukhi is a person who's got very beautiful face. So she has a face that never loses its luster, never loses its beauty. And when there is wisdom, when the wisdom is there and the wisdom is shown on the face, then the face becomes even more beautiful. So if you come across people with a lot of that tejas, the people with that tejas that shows on their face, and that makes them even more beautiful. We have, in fact, I remember we visited a person in near the Haripad village, and that person, despite being extremely elderly, that tejas was there on his face. He looked a lot younger than he actually is. That is, in fact, another name of Devi which is coming up as well, which is called as Vayovastha Vivarjita. That's another name which we're going to cover today, which is the 470th name. But when there is true wisdom in that person, that shows on the face of that person. One who knows it, his face shines. What is it? Brahman. One who knows it, that person's face will definitely shine. So she is Sumukhi. Now there is also a name of Sumukhi is also the name of a Nitya deity worshipped as part of the Shodashi mantra. We have covered that, all the different deities who are part of the Shodashi mantra. Sumukhi is one of the deities as well. Now there is a further interpretation which we can talk of, which is that Sumukhi, there is one ragam called as Sumukhi, which is not a Sampurna raga, it is a Janya raga. So this was a raga which was actually invented, you can say, by Dr. Balamurali Krishna. Now, it's a name of a raga, and because raga in itself is Saraswati Devi. If you look at the history of music, if somebody is actually going to talk about the way music is actually happening, they say that music has emanated, the arts have emanated from Lord Shiva. All forms of arts have emanated from Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva is the Lord of all arts. But if Lord Shiva is to get his arts, he has to get that from whom? He has to get that from Devi. Without Devi's blessings, Lord Shiva is also helpless. So if you're able to sing, you're able to dance, you're able to draw, you're able to do so many other wonderful things which we all know that you can do, that means that there is an aspect of Devi inside you. Directly or indirectly, that aspect of Devi is inside you. So Sumukhi, you can also interpret it as a musical raga. 460. Om Nalinyai Namaha. Om Nalinyai Namaha. So the name in itself is Nalini. Nalini. Now that is again in order to get the la right, it is the big la. It is a big la, especially for non-Sanskrit people, non-Malayalam people. It is there in Telugu, I know. So, but make sure that you make a mark and don't say Nalinyai. It is not Nalinyai, it is Nalinyai. It is a big la, yeah? Nalinyai, yeah? And it is not Nalina, it is Nalinyai, the small na, Nalina. So, Sheila ji, you made a point of writing the Marathi la. So that Marathi la can be fitted into your notes as well. So what does this mean? She whose body is soft and beautiful like lotus petals. Yeah. So Devi's hands, feet, eyes are comparable to the beauty of a lotus. If you look at Devi, in all her descriptions, it is always connected to the lotus. You know, even if she is at the different chakras, she's called a lotus. She's a lotus at Mooladhara. She's a lotus at Swadhisthana, at Manipura. At all the chakras, she is there as a lotus, and she is a 1,000-petal lotus at the Sahasrara chakra. So all through there is a reference to lotuses. In the Agnya chakra also, which is the next name which is coming up, she is a lotus, but a lotus with 2 petals. So all through there are lotus references all through. So she, her hands, feet, eyes, face are comparable to the beauty of a lotus. To the beauty of a lotus. Also, the lotus has got radiance. There is a radiance which comes out from the lotus. So that is also an aspect of beauty which is referred to as far as Devi is considered. Now, there is another perspective as well. There is a word called Nala. There is a word called Nala which refers to the microscopic thin thread-like core inside a lotus stem. You have a core inside the lotus stem, and that is called as Nala. That Nala can be referring to the Sushumna Nadi. And because that refers to the Sushumna Nadi, she is therefore the Sushumna Nadi as well, and therefore she is Nalini. That is another perspective. Then there is a further perspective which is that Nalam. Nalam refers to sandalwood paste. So the fragrance of sandalwood paste is there as far as Devi is concerned. And those who walk a path of Devi, who walk along the path of Devi, emit the fragrance, and that fragrance is equivalent to that of the sandalwood paste, and therefore she is called Nalini. So these are the several ways in which that word Nalini can be interpreted. The name Nalini can be interpreted. 461. 461 is Om Subhruve Namaha. Om Subhruve Namaha. The name in itself is Subhru. Subhru. Now, Subhru refers to the eyebrows. We are talking of the eyebrows. The Agnya Chakra if you look at the the name Subhru, or the description of the eyebrows of Devi, you have the description of the eyebrows of Devi. Now this description of the eyebrows of Devi we have covered in the 17th name. In the 17th name, what that the name is basically saying, Vadanasmara Mangalya Grihadorana Chillika. Vadanasmara Mangalya Grihatorana Chillika, where the Chillika refers to the curved eyebrows. And what do the curved eyebrows look like? Those curved eyebrows look like the Toranas. Grihatorana, like the Torana, like the throw, and Griha means house. So it looks like the arched Torana that is around the entrance of the house to the palace of Kamaraja, to the Lord of Love. What a beautiful description that is. Just think of that, how beautiful her eyebrows are. Her eyebrows are described so beautifully, saying that her eyebrows are like Vadanasmara Mangalya Grihatorana Chillika. Similarly, here Subhru means she has very beautiful eyebrows. Yeah. Now the Ajna Chakra is a chakra which is a lotus with two petals. These two petals, what are those two petals? Those two petals signify Ida and Pingala. Those two petals signify the Ida and Pingala, and those two petals are joined together as one lotus, which signifies the unison between the Ida and Pingala. It also signifies the duality coming together as one. Duality coming together as one. So these are the other methods or concepts which come across, and these eyebrows are the gateway to infinite bliss. So they come together, they signify infinite bliss. Nowadays, who is the person responsible for these eyebrows? Your beautician. You go to the beautician is responsible to make those eyebrows as beautiful as possible. He will make it, you want to make it arch, Vadanasmara Mangalya Grihatorana Chillika. Okay, no problem. Grihatorana Chillika. He'll make it like that. Even that the beautician is capable of doing. You want it nice and thick like that of Devi? Do it like that. Why you want to make it curved like that, like Grihatorana Chillika? No problem. Do it. Anyway, it is not in your hands. Ultimately, the beautician will decide which way the beautician will say that this looks better on you. Okay, no problem. Beautician is the judge, jury, and everything all rolled into one. Subhru, that's what we have covered. 462. Shobhanayai Namaha. Om Shobhanayai Namaha. Shobhana, the name Shobhana, she who is always radiant. So she, with Devi's radiance, everyone else who comes in contact with Devi, it displays that radiance. So they say that you are known by the company of the people you keep. That is the way you are known, by the company of the people you keep. So just imagine you have the fortune of having the company of Devi, you're seeing Devi or getting the darshan of Devi, then that radiance will rub off on you, and you will also start to exuberate that kind of radiance in everything that you do, everything that you see. That Devi's amsha will be there, that Devi's seed, that Devi's presence will be there in everything that you do. So she is Shobhana. The next one, 463. Suranayigayai Namaha. Suranayigayai Namaha. She is Suranayika. So Suras and Asuras. So Asuras are the evil ones, Suras are the good ones. So she is the leader of the gods. She is the leader of the gods, the leader of the Devas. Yeah, then, and she is the leader of even the gods. So the question that comes is, who is not in her control? She is the right ahead in terms of all the gods, all the devas. So who is not in her control? So it means that Brahma, Shiva, Vishnu, everybody is in the control of Devi. Devas shine with the special knowledge. Devi is the leader of those who are specially endowed as well. Suranayikayai Namaha. 464. Kalakanthi. Om Kalakanthiyai Namaha. Kalakanti. It is Kalakanthye Namaha. Kalakanthye Namaha. Now, she who is the wife of Lord Shiva. Now, who is Lord Shiva? You know what happened when the ocean of milk was churned for nectar. The first thing that came out was halahala poison, the poison that came out. And when this poison came out, nobody was there to receive this poison. So, because even if a drop falls on the ground, the whole world would burn. So, therefore, nobody was even ready to receive this poison. So, all the devas, all the asuras were completely terrified of the whole thing. What did Lord Shiva do? Lord Shiva, being who he is, he took up that poison and he drank it. When he drank it, Devi, Parvati panicked and held his throat. When she held his throat became dark, and therefore he is called as the dark-throated person, or Kalakantha. Kalakantha. That is what he is called, or he is also called as Neelakantha, or also called as Shri Kantha. If you remember, in that the word Shri Kanthaye Namaha, in that Shri refers to the poison. Yeah, Shri has different meanings in different applications. In that context, it refers to the poison. So he is called as the poison-throated person. In that particular name of Devi. Yeah. So Shri Kantha. So all this refers to Lord Shiva, and she is the consort of Lord Shiva, and therefore she is called Kalakanthye or Kalakanthi. That is the name of Devi here. Now there is another meaning of Kala. Another meaning of Kala is a low, soft or pleasing sound. That word Kala means low, soft or pleasing sound. So a person who's called Kalakanthi also means that she's got a sweet throat or a sweet voice. So Devi's voice is definitely divinely sweet. Now there is also another aspect, which is that of the Devi in a place called Kalanjara. There is a Devi temple in Kalanjara, and the Devi there is called as Kalakanthi. Yeah. So there are several aspects of Devi, which is that Devi is taken on the forms of Kali, Kapardini, and Kalakanthi to kill the demon Daruka. So these are the several aspects of the word Kalakanthi or Kalakanthi. 465. Kantimati. We have in fact Kantimatyai Namaha. We have gone through several explanations of this. If you remember, I think it was yesterday or on Friday, one of the names was Kantyai. 449. 449th name is Kantyai. Yeah. So like that, she's Kantimati, she who is radiant. So the meaning, whatever meanings are there, are applicable here as well. 466. Chovinyai. 466 is Chovinyai. It is not Shovinyai, it is with a K. So it is Chovinyai Namaha. So she is a person who creates upheaval in the mind. So what is Shobha? It is not Shobha. Shobha is different from Shobha with a K. Shobha. So Shobha is basically means agitation, creates agitation in the mind. She is an exciter of minds. It's a force that agitates or excites the mind of all living beings. So she creates that Shobha, that Shobham, which is complete unsettled nature inside the mind. Now that unsettlement is a creative unsettlement. It is not something to actually disturb you, but it's an unsettlement so that you use your faculties to find solutions. Now it's like what happens in life. What happens in life? What life is. From God's perspective or Creator's perspective is that you are inside a room. You are inside a room with several doors which are locked, and God has given you a bunch of keys. So your challenge is to find which key fits which lock. So you've got so many keys, so many doors, you're inside that room, find which key fits which lock. How will you find? Use those faculties. And that is the sixth sense. And if that sixth sense is working inside you, that is Devi's Kadaksham. That is Devi actually working and making sure that you find a solution to that Shobha, to that agitation which is there inside your brain. Yeah. So the view is that Purusha is inherently inactive. There is a view in the Sankhya philosophy that Purusha is inherently inactive, and Devi incites him to act, to create the universe. So she does the chabi. She is giving the chabi and saying, do something, do something, do something. So she is doing a bit of this Narada Muni work, turning around and poking people to make sure that people actually get up, go over there. What did Swami Vivekananda say? Arise, awake, and go forth. That is what he said. So from that perspective, wake up, go and act. So that is what this also refers to. Yeah. So there is also another perspective which is that of Varahi Devi. There is a Varahi Devi connection, because Varahi Devi, if you remember the goddesses they are different goddesses. We covered that, I think, a few days back. We have Yogeshwari representing Kama. So there was a name representing Yogeshwari. Maheshwari represents Krodha. Vaishnavi represents Lobha. Brahmani represents Mada. Kaumari represents Moha. Indrani represents Malsarya. Yami or Chamundi represents Asuya. And Varahi represents Asuya or Shobha. So Varahi Devi represents or is a person who controls this concept, this feeling called Shobha, which is Asuya. Yeah. Asuya, envy, and mental agitation. So can you turn around and point and say that there are these people who have no mental agitation? It is very difficult. In the real world, people without mental agitation are very difficult. In the real world, everybody goes through this mental agitation, and that mental agitation is a way to prepare you for the next stage. So when that is there, it is Devi actually working inside you. 467. Sukshma Rupinyai Namaha. So in this, she is Sukshma Rupini. Sukshma Rupini is the form that is too subtle to be perceived by the sense organs. If you remember, she has a Stula Sharira, and then she has a Sukshma Sharira. Devi has the Stula Sharira and the Sukshma Sharira. So we covered the Stula Sharira concept, which is the physical body of Devi. We also covered the Sukshma Sharira concept. And in Sukshma, we talked of the gross, subtle, and then we also went into the subtlest form. The subtlest form is Para. The subtlest form of Devi is called as Para. So she is this, in this particular case, she's talked of being a person who is having a subtle form. So subtler than the subtle, greater than the great. That is what the Supreme is described. So which basically says that Devi's real form is not gross. In fact, the gross form of Devi, which is all the description, including description of Bruhu, the eyebrows, and all that description, is all description for us lowly mortals, so that we are able to visualize the form of Devi. So the gross form is only to help us visualize. The real form of Devi is a subtle form, very subtle form of Devi, and that is the undivided Brahman. Sukshma Rupinyai Namaha. 468. Vajreshwaryai Namaha. Vajreshwaryai Namaha. So she is Vajreshwari. And who is Vajreshwari? Vajreshwari is one of the deities. If you look at the daily deities, you have those daily deities, those 15, 16 deities that are there. She is one of the daily deities. She is called as Vajreshwari, which is the 6th daily deity. Now, the Sri Chakra has got 12 walls, and all they say that these 12 walls are built out of diamonds. In the center of the 11th, there is a river, and that river is called as Vajramayi. And Vajreshwari is the deity of this river. She is a part of Devi, hence Devi is called as Vajreshwari. Now, there is another aspect which is the Vajra or the Vajra Ayudha. What is this Vajra Ayudha? Vajra Ayudha was given to Indra. And who gave this to Indra? This Ayudha was given to Indra by Devi. And because she is the person who gave this Ayudha, she is called as Vajraeshwari. How did Indra do his penance? His penance was done inside water. Devi arose from the water and gave him the Vajra weapon and disappeared. Devi disappeared. So therefore, because she gave the weapon, she is called as Vajreshwari. Now there is a further description in one of the texts that say that in the ever-flowing Vajra river, which has beautiful banks and which the graceful swans play on the waves, Vajreshwari shines, decked with diamond ornaments and served by Indra, the wielder of the Vajra weapon. Now there is a place called Jalandhara Pitha. Jalandhara Pitha, which is one of the Shakti Sthals. Jalandhara Pitha, which is a Shakti Sthal, which is in Kangra in Himachal Pradesh. And the deity in Jalandhara Pitha is called Vajreshwari. The deity there is called as Vajreshwari. So 468. 469. Vamadevyai Namaha. The name is Vamadevi. So she is the wife of Vamadeva. She is the wife of Vamadeva. Who is Vamadeva? Vamadeva is Lord Shiva. Now, this particular aspect of Vamadeva is actually there is a description of Lord Shiva saying that Lord Shiva has got 5 faces. Lord Shiva has got 5 faces. So which are those 5 faces? The first one is called Sadyojata. Sadyojata, which is westward facing. Sadyojata is westward facing, and the cosmic function is Srishti or creation. Then Vamadeva, which we are talking about now, is north facing, and the cosmic function is preservation or Sthiti. Yeah. And the south facing is Aghora. Aghora. And the cosmic function is destruction or Samhara. Then you have Tat Purusha, which is east facing. The cosmic function is concealing grace or Tirodhana. Tirodhana. And the 5th face is upward facing. So Ishana, which is upward or sky facing, revealing grace or Anugraha. So this is the 5 faces of Lord Shiva. Sadyojata, Vamadeva, Aghora, Tatpurusha and Ishana. Facing west, north, south, east and upward or sky facing. So Devi is the wife of Vamadeva, which is the north facing face of Lord Shiva. There is another aspect also, which is that Vama is the good aspect and the fruit of karma. So Devi is the presiding deity of everything that is good and of all the fruits of action. Yeah. So Vamadeva is Shiva. Yeah. And Vama also means Vama Bhagam. If you remember, Vama Bhagam refers to the left side. So the left side, you look at it, the left side, it also means Vama means good and the left side means good. What does it mean? It means that the left side is always correct. And who is in the left side? Wife. Wife is always in the left side, wife is always right. So all the men out here, Deepu, I'm sorry, my commiserations to you, but we have no choice in this world. Devi is in control. Devi has got the remote control. House's television remote control is also with Devi. So we have absolutely no say in our house. So Vama basically is the left side and Vama is good. Vama also means beautiful. Now, Devi is the abode of beauty, truth, auspicious beauty. All these are attributes of Devi. Now, Vamachara, there is another aspect also. Vamachara is the left-hand path of Devi worship. And that Vama Devi is the presiding goddess of Vamachara. So, therefore, she is the person responsible. That's a tantric perspective, Vamachara. That is a tantric perspective. Yeah. So, Devi is remembered as Vama Devi. So, the last one, Vayovastha Vivarjitaye Namaha. Vayovastha Vivarjitaye Namaha. So she was exempt from changes due to age. So time does not impact Devi. Time is beyond. She is Kalatita. She is beyond time. So therefore, anything related to time, especially when time happens, aging also happens. So this goes back to the same thing when we went to meet this gentleman with a friend of ours. We went to meet this gentleman. This gentleman was a very elderly person. So we went to see this person. All he was wearing, he was sitting in, he was living in that one single small room, probably maybe about 20 feet by 20 feet by 10 feet room. Nothing was there, just a small table and a wooden bench. And he was sitting on that wooden bench. We went to see him. He was wearing just one mund, no shirt, nothing. He was just wearing one mund. He had a flowing beard. And that person, when we spoke to him, he was visibly aged because his beard was a flowing white beard. But what came out of him was the youth of his eyes, that tejas that came out of his eyes, and that was there. Even though the aging had happened, this person was obviously youthful in all aspects. So that is a beautiful way in which you can actually see, and you know fully well that person is not an ordinary person. He's not an ordinary person. So we had the good chance to meet that person. I don't want to take his name here because this is going live on YouTube, so I don't want to take his name. But once this class is over, I will tell you the rest of the story. So this is Vayovastha Vivarjitaye Namaha. So this brings us to the end of today's session. I offer these words at the lotus feet of Lalitha Sahasranamam Devi. Om Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Karacharana Kritam va Kayajam Karmajam va Shravananayanajam va Manasam va Paradam Vidam Avidam va Sarvamedakshmasva. Jaya Jaya Karunabde Shri Mahadeva Shambho. Jaya Jaya Karunabde Shri Mahadeva Shambho. Jaya Jaya Karunabde Shri Mahadeva Shambho. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.